All right. Hello, everyone, and happy Monday to you. Hopefully you guys have gotten through the first week, feeling a little bit more confident with, or second week, I should say, of getting into the modules beyond just start here and the basic aspects that we move through in sort of that first week. Again, by now you guys should have at least signed up for the Connect platform. And again, I'm going to kind of walk through just some basics and some understandings of moving forward, where we are, things to be worried about and think through for this week. And again, sort of how assignments and things are going to work. So first thing is first, I hope as always, again, I know that I just have 0071 open, but again, this is applying to my 7.3 and 7.4 sections as well. And what I want to just reiterate is please make sure we're coming into the course shell. Please make sure we're coming in to see if there's any updates via the announcement section. Again, I will be announcing this video being posted through the announcement section, and I will also be putting it into the corresponding week so that you guys just know exactly where to find this information when needed. I wanted to give everybody a little bit of a start to try and navigate and figure things out on their own. And for the most part, you guys did a really great job. It seems like all of you were able to gain access to the platform, complete your SmartBook assignments and your very first lab. So with that being said, there's some things I just want to reiterate here. Under the modules section, there's a couple of things. First and foremost, if you are still waiting on your accessibility to financial aid, hopefully by now, this is why we started with the Start Here module. I'm moving through this information because again, through the McGraw-Hill Connect platform requirements, help and guidance page, which we should have looked through, there is an opportunity for you to be able to sign up for a free 14-day trial. The thing that needs to be stressed here, you have to use your same UNT Dallas email account that's tied to Canvas and that you registered for. You cannot keep using different email accounts to be able to continuously sign up for free 14 days. Not only does the system not allow that, I have no way of tracking that, and I am not going to go through trying to hunt you down to figure out what email. The email that you use to sign up for this is the email that needs to be used, and that should have been stressed as being the requirement of class, utilizing your untdallas.edu email. I will not be linking multiple email accounts together to find grades for you. Whatever I'm seeing you in the course now, that is what we are registering as. So again, the requirements are to purchase access to the platform. You cannot get around that. Additionally, based on the very first assignment, some of you may have seen a loss of points, right? Because again, maybe we didn't upload a video. Some of you did a really great job in taking the initiation of, I want to get some points, so I'm going to respond with at least some basic characteristics by answering it. Some of you may be experiencing some lag time in uploading the physical video. I know some students were experiencing that. For those of you that took the initial, go-to to try and at least answer those questions and put up some response to that, right? Again, the requirement was to make a video so that I have a face to match a name. And again, as much of an interaction as we can have in a classroom that is not traditional face-to-face. I may have students in other places across the country or across the globe. So again, the requirement was to have a video response. Some of you, there were emails that were given about how camera was broken or don't have access to. That is okay for that assignment. And again, for most of the assignments you need to complete, you won't need a camera. However, I will be going through everybody's exams to make sure your face is fully on camera. And what do I mean by that? Again, I'll make sure to reiterate this. You can see me. I am well lit. I am here in the realm. You can see what I'm looking at or what I am doing, right? So again, you need to have a fully functional camera when you are going to take and complete your exams. Any aspect of this, or I'm looking, at the top of your head, right? None of this is going to fly if I can't see your face. That's not going to work. So again, For some of you, I gave responses back just to say, not a problem, you're gonna receive a little bit of some loss of points due to the fact that you didn't follow full directions in getting a video posted. However, right, not a big deal for this assignment. What I do need you to know is if you do not have your camera on, and I cannot fully see you inside of the camera view when you're taking your exam, will not grade your exam, right? Best you can get is 50% on that exam. I need to see you. It's a fully online environment, so this is the only way we can kind of keep that integrity agreement between each other with making sure that we're just avoiding cheating and all of the other things, right? So again, we can't utilize, didn't know, didn't understand, wasn't sure. You'll even see that in the directions when you sign up to, or I should say, to begin the exam. I will make sure to make more announcements as we get closer to the exam, but just for right now, just want to reiterate that if you did get feedback in your post from me regarding any of that information, making sure that you have a working. Okay, so moving on then, at this point, right, we have completed aspects of module 1, right? We are now moving through and completing, you've moved through module 2. And again, some of you are going to notice, and some of you have reached out to me regarding the readings. So first things first, the SmartBook assignments, those you're going to receive points for. You have to complete those in order to receive those points. The reading assignments, you'll notice, have 0 points associated with them. What does this mean then? No, you're not going to get points for it. I'm assigning it so that it doesn't slip your mind that you have to read the chapter in order to be able to successfully complete these exams. Again, teaching the course 5 years down the road, I have tried every way till Sunday to tell students that they have to read the book in order to be prepared for the exams. And I still have students come to me at the 3rd exam and say, I failed every exam since. They meet with me for office hours. I asked, have you been reading the book? And they say, no, I've just been doing the SmartBook assignments. You will not pass this class if you are just taking the SmartBook assignments and thinking that is going to be enough information for you to complete the exam. There is a bevy of graphs that can show up on your exam. There is case studies that can show up on your exam. There's applications, maybe even of your lab that can show up on your exam. So again, I have put the chapters in there. They're not worth points, but it's just to keep you on track, right? To say, I have to read the chapters. So again, let me just reiterate that. You are not having anything due by reading those chapters. It's just to make sure you're completing the reading assignment so that you are staying on top of the material. Additionally, this hopefully is making your SmartBook assignments a lot easier, right? Hopefully you'll be able to feel confident as you're moving through those assignments. So how about for those of you that are trying to open the chapter, it's not working? Well, that goes back to the question of, are you on the 14-day trial or have you paid for it and there's an alternative issue with maybe internet connection, or do we have all the pop-up blockers disabled so that we can have access to things? All of that. So again, first things first, the question is, if you're not able to get access to the book and you're on the 14-day trial, you're not going to have access to the book. You'll just have access to some of the assignments and the basic requirements, components of that. The second thing is, if for some reason it's just hanging and hanging and hanging and hanging, maybe we have to check internet strength, we have to check internet connection, and or we have to scroll back up to the resources that Dr. Varga put in place for us, right? What about if I need to troubleshoot, right? There is a full host of information on this McGraw-Hill page for how to troubleshoot, how to make sure that if I'm on a Mac, what to do, if I am on a PC, what to do, where to go for pop-up blockers, where to make sure that I have technical support. Again, if it's coming up a Canvas issue, take a screenshot. Make sure that you back yourself up with the documentation, right? Sometimes things happen. Make sure to cover yourself, right? If you're taking the assignment and it closes you out, take a picture of it. I couldn't know that unless, again, you have documentation to support that. Sometimes things do happen, and even I've had McGraw-Hill contact me about individual students. That is support. That brings leverage to your case. Again, if maybe you get locked out of an exam or you can't start the exam or anything of that nature. But again, all of the resources to troubleshooting are here for you. Please do your due diligence. Please make sure that before you just panic email me, is there a possibility you can be an adult and take the responsibility of seeing that you can answer the question first? If after trying to troubleshoot, we can't come up with an answer, by all means, take a screenshot, let me know what's going on, all of that. But if you're emailing me after the assignment is due and there is no proof, I don't have much to go on there. So again, let's set ourselves up for success, right? And I understand we work, but again, make sure that if something isn't working or you're getting an error message, just take the screenshot, take the documentation for it. So I have something to reference in our conversation. Okay, so going back then to the modules, you should have completed week 1, which you were going to do your icebreaker. There was no lab exercises due, and there was no SmartBook assignments due. Again, we're getting in, we're getting comfortable with the course. We might need to make sure we're getting financial aid set up, etc. We just completed week 2, right? Chapter 1 SmartBook assignment was due in chapter 2, as well as your very first applying the scientific method lab. For the most part, most of you guys seem to do really well in the lab. There didn't seem to be any major concerns. Again, please make sure everything as far as pop-up blockers are disabled. All of those things are ready to go. If you are having any experience of trouble, again, picture. We are now moving into the 3rd week. So again, week 3 has your overview and objectives. I've got the PowerPoint for you ready to go. And I've also got the reading assignment. Just again, keeping tabs, I have to read the book. Nothing is due for that. You're not losing any points if you don't read it. I'm putting it in just to say, well, it was there. Did we read the chapters? And, are we matching up the time we're dedicating to reading those chapters to potentially how we're studying for the exam, right? All of these are just things we want to keep kind of at the forefront of mind as we're preparing, because after we move through this week, and move through next week, at the end of next week, you're going to be having your very first exam, right? It's not this week, but next week, just giving you a heads up of where we're going. I will make and reiterate the things here, but again, notice that I have some additional support in here for you to prepare for your exam that are worth no points. These are just reviews for you, right? For you to be able to go back, because chapter 1 and chapter 2 might be a little bit distant by the time you get to next week. These are just things available to you as resources. So if you are still having any trouble, you're still having any concerns with, gaining access to things, if you're not sure where to register, or you're still having, financial aid hasn't hit, find some time, make sure you are going ahead and scheduling some office hours with me, right? And let's meet. It's much easier if I can see with you on camera and you can screen share and I can troubleshoot with you in real time. Better yet, if you're able to stop in my office, please do. I am here during the exact same office hours that you see virtually. I'm here in office for all courses. So please, if you're available, come in and meet with me. And for those of you that have, that's been wonderful. I think we've been able to really kind of calm some fears pretty easily, face to face. Either way, I am here, I'm available. If those office hours are not working for you, please just make sure to email me and we can set up some time in Zoom accordingly. Okay. All right. That's it for this week. Please stay on top of everything. Most of you guys are doing a fantastic job in getting all of your assignments completed. Please stay on top of the readings. And if you have any issues or concerns, please reach out and let's schedule some time. All right. Have a great week, guys.